The cyberspace is home to billions of people and is the right platform you need to grow your business. The Center for Innovation and Technology is offering you a golden opportunity to speak directly to your market at an affordable price. We also offer media training workshops, live streaming, documentary production, and events management. Get in touch with us today on the following numbers: +263 867 711 0290 or 0718 100 235. Don't forget to subscribe to our social media platforms. Like our Facebook page, Center for Innovation and Technology. Follow us on Twitter @SiteZW. And you can also check out our website, www.site.org.zw. You can also visit our offices at 45 Moffat Avenue, Hillside, Bulawayo. Take advantage of this opportunity to expand your business.
This is Inside Council Chambers. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Ishmael Mkandla. Today we bring you the highlights from the financial review meeting that was held here in Bulawayo by the Bulawayo City Council and some of the shocking revelations that came from the directors who were making presentations to the public. Now, one of the issues that came into light was the fact that Bulawayo City Council does not have title deeds to the Bulawayo City Hall and the Bulawayo Tower Block. Both of these buildings are owned by the Bulawayo City Council, but well, it raised so many questions that as the city fathers, they still do not have title deeds to some of the buildings that they own. It becomes an issue whereby everyone is asking questions, which then who is holding those title deeds? Because we do not want to wake up to a situation where one day someone comes up and says, I have the title deeds and I have borrowed someone money who gave me these title deeds, therefore the building is now mine. So we will hear more from the presentations made by the director, especially the director of finance. Ubabun Ndimande, Kempton Ndimande is the director of finance in the Bulawayo City Council. Also, we'll hear a presentation coming from the Director of the Human Resources, who made a presentation about the staffing that is in Bulawayo City Council and some of the challenges that they are facing as the directors or as the administration of Bulawayo City Council. So thank you so much. Continue watching the show and we'll hope to get feedback from you on the show.
Unfortunately, we are a tired government, yes, but when it came to this 2%, we regard it like just anyone. So that 2% to us is a dent in our pocket. And then we're expected to open FCA accounts in Forex so that if we get any Forex, we can deposit it in that account, just like we all have been subjected to. We're not getting too much foreign currency, but there are charges in foreign currency in those accounts, as you are experiencing it yourselves. And then, just about the biggest killer was the increase in fuel. Council runs on fuel. Refuse removal requires fuel. Road maintenance requires fuel. Everything we do requires fuel. And we use fuel a lot. And that increase, as you could see, if you remember, from about $100, you only get less than 30 liters, isn't it? Which you have a fuel. You only get less than 30 liters. And we require how many liters? We require 80,000, that's per month. 80,000 liters of diesel and 50,000 liters of petrol. Look at the increase. When we budgeted, it wasn't at this level. And then there are general increases out there. We all know that something that used to cost you $1 now costs you between $6 and $6.50. That's just about everything. There are some of them that have gone even higher than that. So we need space to repair, to keep our vehicles going. We need water treatment chemicals that just about everything we have is from outside the borders of this country. And everything has gone up by that kind of margin. That's just to show you how inflation has gone up. And that's a very conservative graph there. That graph has been given to us by the Reserve Bank itself. And it's conservative in the sense that it is not taking cognizance of the things that happen on the ground. Because you and me get foreign currency. If you want foreign currency, where do we get it from? I don't want an answer to that because it would be a very embarrassing answer. And the price we get it out there, if you could factor it in there, it would show a totally different graph. So that's how badly things have gone up, and we have to live within that. As a result, our inputs have increased. The cost of our inputs has increased. If you notice right now, there's hardly any activity on the roads, isn't it? Because we can't get tar. We can't get, Dube has got all sorts of funny names. Staple 6, what are you trying to do? Staple 60. And if you could let him give you all what he wants now, we could all dismiss him. Therefore, he's not on the roads. Because there's just no material to put on the roads. The tax I was talking about. So far, we have paid $215,971 for the 2% tax I was talking about. One might say that's very little for the council. But that's money we have actually lost, money we have collected, right? Which had gone by. And that's about a day's collection. If we sit here, all of you pay that much per day. So we have already lost a day's collection on that money. That money can do a lot if we have it in our hands, but it has gone out to pay the 2%, which, by the way, I'm quite happy the minister introduced, but it's a dent in our pocket. Then our insurer walked and told us that we were underinsured. We were paying in bond. And the insurer says, look, if you pay me in bond, sorry, I cannot cover you. If you have an accident today and you scratch your rear view mirror or something like that, chances are you might write that car off. In other words, as we speak, council is so underinsured that any small disaster can tip us off. And that's a fact. Like I've alluded to, our suppliers, which is you out there, are requiring payment in Forex. Which is why you find that even our activity, everything we were doing, by the way, we do it using contractors, which is you people out there. All our works, we try to contract you, but we have demanded foreign currency midway, which is understandable. And therefore, our activities have ground to a halt. And I'm not blaming you, by the way. I'm only stating fact. The fuel has increased by about 2.2 million. That's per month. We're expecting an increase of 2.2 million on fuel charges per month. We had not budgeted for this much. And then the biggest problem is that generally are not responding like we expect them to. In other words, when we send you out a bill per month, we expect you to pay that bill in full, because there's someone waiting for that money down the line. But if I could open the debtors book now and check on all of us here, you will find that less than half of us here are paid up. Unfortunately, council runs on the payments that you people should make, because the council is run by ratepayers. As you can see, in November, the debtors were standing at 178. We're talking millions here. When the city council talks about money, it talks in millions. And creditors were already at 180. As you can see, even if all of us pay today, already we cannot pay our creditors. For your accounting out there, when you do that, you're already technically insolvent, isn't it? We should be closed down. Of course, in December, it went down a little, but we still have to pay these debtors, these creditors. And one slightly better in January, but it's not good enough, because ideally it should be 1 to 2. In other words, if creditors owe me $1, I should have $2 in my pocket. That's the ideal situation. This situation is a technically insolvent situation. And the story goes back to 2013. Yes. 2013, if you remember, that's when we were told to write off debt for our people. And that's when we got this problem from. But we're just showing you the picture so that you know what your city is like. As a result of that, we are failing to give you the level of service that we know we should and that we would like to. But because we're not getting enough feed from the residents, we are facing that problem. We cannot give you the service at the level that we should be giving you. Our roads are deplorable, like I've alluded to. If the engineer could sit here and give us his demands, we would not be able to meet them. They are all in forex. Sewers are bursting again, and they were under control for quite some time, but we're noticing they are coming back to where they were, and we don't like that. Issues that we used to see way back before 2009 are coming back. People are running away to greener pastures, Australia, UK, name it. We're again losing qualified staff. And then we've been trying to collect refuse as much as possible, but I think for the past 3 or so weeks, you've noticed we had problems coming to you because we would wake up one day with no diesel. Ambulance and fire services become difficult to give to you because of problems. Now, council has looked at this and said, now look, we can do something about this. But the austerity measures, that word I learned after independence. I didn't know that word. I learned it after independence. The austerity measures that council apply can affect us negatively in our home states. And then we thought, now look, instead of talking austerity here and deciding it in council chambers, maybe we need to invite you here. We're hoping this city will fill up today so that we can talk about this candidly and freely. This is exactly why we have invited you to be here, so that you can say to us, now listen, this problem we can solve in this way. So my suggestion, Madam and Mr. Taudla, was that I stop my presentation here. And then, after painting all this big picture, can we hear from the owners of the city what they think we should do? I don't know whether that's the correct approach, Mr. Taudla. So that's my suggestion, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Yes, that talks to the asset register you were referring to. As you know, council has a lot of assets that are council specific, like the roads. It's difficult to put a value on the road. Your pipes underground here, all those things affect that IPSAS statement. So, as councils who are working together to make sure that valuation of all classes of assets that they hold will be done, like your dams. Those are our dams, by the way. They are not in our asset register as we speak because of the way we were treating them in the past. So we are in the process of bringing them in, and we have been given up to 2025 to comply with that. So we will not be qualified on those grounds.
Thank you very much, Mr. Town Clerk. When we talk about issues of overstaffing or understaffing, we are talking about numbers. You can't qualify overstaffing or understaffing without making a comparison of figures. I will give you the figures. In terms of our authorized establishment, what we need in terms of labor, we need 5,070. But since 2010, when recruitment in local authorities was suspended, we have been sitting around 3,000 to 3,200. We are at 3,200 at the moment. But not that we are not doing anything to try and reduce our staff costs. We are trying to reduce our staff costs. The security guards that the gentleman was actually talking about, we are trying to reduce the numbers by actually putting partisan fencing in most of our installations so that we release the security guards from those installations. And we are also trying to fit the rapid response systems in most of our installations so that we also don't replace security guards in those installations. Recently, in the past few years, we have done a rationalization exercise that actually reduces our numbers. So actually, we are not overstaffed, as the gentleman had alleged. Thank you very much. It's just reminding me that there are 15 directors. The directors are the ones who are up front here, and even if we count the numbers, you will see that we are far less than 15. We have got 6 departments, so there are 6 directors, only 6 directors.
Thank you, TC. I think on road maintenance, I think in the last year we actually celebrated as one of the cities that have done very well in terms of road maintenance activities. Obviously, coming 2018, we had our challenges in terms of the procurement regulations that changed for us to procure the contractors, but we are hoping going forward, now that our procurement systems have been re-established, we will be able to actually accelerate on that. Actually, we are one of the few cities that have actually deliberately voted council money into road maintenance activities. When you go around the country, they only rely on Zinara funding. But in our case, the funding by the city exceeds the funding that is actually contributed by Zinara almost on an annual basis, except I think in 2013 we went to do when we're doing the presidential rules. I think that's when we got more than what council usually contributes. I think on wastage against Mkandla, that probably we should be conducting out. You find that quite a lot of our activities that relate to maintenance are actually contracted out. We do contract out pothole catching, and we use community groups to deal with that. And we contract out even the drain cleaning activities, and we use community groups to actually do that. And you will note actually even in terms of taking the wage bill, council actually uses community vehicles to actually remove refuse from the communities, because we think that is more efficient than us actually buying equipment from outside. And I think maybe we need to also address this aspect where people are saying we should substitute people with equipment. When they did it in Germany, they were actually producing the equipment as the Germans. But in our country, when you say I should substitute people that are digging drains with a machine to dig drains, it means the little forex that we're complaining about, I have to go and buy equipment outside. And then ask the resident who is now no longer working because I've retrenched him from digging a grave and put a machine, ask him to pay for that equipment. So I think we need to think as a country, until an industrialist manufactures the plant that we require to do our maintenance, the issue of substitution, actually, we should start thinking in other terms. Otherwise, if I had my way, abantu kumele ngabathwalisile ngamabhara behambisa, everyone will be employed doing something at the end of the day. The other question was on the whether council has a VAT policy. Yes, council does have a VAT policy, and since the time of liberalization, council has been trying to replace its old fleet. In terms of our policy, vehicles in the age of more than 10 years should actually be disposed of and replaced with newer vehicles. Even recognize that it's more expensive to maintain an old vehicle than actually replace. But obviously the financial constraints have reduced the pace of the reduction of those vehicles. And over and above that, the focus being that all newer vehicles can actually be tracked. And if you look at council vehicles that are bought from 2010 going forward, they have a vehicle tracker. We have a vehicle tracking system. In other words, people are able to monitor where the vehicles are going and what they are actually doing. And we urge the public that should you suspect abuse, we have our call center numbers, please call those numbers, and we immediately follow those vehicles up. Previously, actually all our heavy machinery equipment is also equipped with tracking, and we have had instances where staff have tried to drain fuel, and that signal automatically comes to the vehicle tracker monitor, and we're able to deal with those issues instantly. But our appeal is that wherever you suspect that a vehicle is being abused, please call immediately so that action can be taken on the onset.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Relating to the issues that you raised, I will start by Mr. Chuma, who wanted clarification on the register of leased assets. Mr. Chuma, I just want to confirm that other than what the Finance Director indicated generally on on our major assets. When it comes to list the assets or list the premises, I just want to confirm to you that we indeed as a city have a proper register of all our list properties, and these are categorized into shops. We have got also industrial stands that are listed. We have got churches. We have got institutional properties, which include schools and preschools. We have got agricultural leases. We've got car parks. You also mentioned the mining leases. I want to confirm that the mining leases, we certainly have them also in our register, and we are monitoring their performance in terms of lease validity, and all leases we have got to check on how they perform, and if they are misperforming, we institute measures for compliance. This list register is updated every month because each council meeting comes with a resolution where usually there are more lists that we have got to capture and put in our register. So the updating is ongoing. We have got almost 25,000 lists of this nature that we have as a city that are captured, and you are free to visit our offices also to peruse and see how we manage the lists. All right. The other issue raised by Farai, unfortunately, I can't see him here. Perhaps gone out of the meeting, but it relates to the centenary in Central Park. I want to indicate that efforts are underway to resuscitate the parks. If you were to visit the Central Park, you realize that there's a lot of activity, greening activity that is underway. Unfortunately, the landmark, which is the fountain, is currently down. We have lost those pumps. They have seen better days, so we need to replace them. And trying to replace them, we have sought quotations, and unfortunately, our costs that I have are in US dollars. So that's the challenge that we're having at the moment. We hope we'll get this money to ensure that the fountain is up and running. And then on the major resuscitation of the World Park, including the centenary. The centenary is the one on the left if we are going facing Rwanda. We have got a challenge there of reclaimed water. This is what has been curtailing major efforts in resuscitating that place. But maybe I should explain that the reclaimed water that we use there, it comes from our thorn-proof sewerage treatment works. Most of you may not be aware that the sewerage treatment works are down. We are in the process of rehabilitating them through an Africa Development Bank funded program. So if we are successful in resuscitating that plant, that is where we get our reclaimed water. The irrigation that is needed there can only be sustained by a reliable source of reclaimed water. And owing to poor flows that we are receiving, we can only irrigate the portion that we are working on there. Yes, we have some boreholes that we are using to complement the irrigation water there, but they are not enough. So we believe that the sooner we finish the thornproof works, then we'll see a lot of greening in the city. The other issues relating to tree cutting, I think they were personal to Farai's experiences, and I want to invite him to visit our offices so that he can get the assistance that we need to render him.
This has been Inside Council Chambers. I hope you learned a lot of things about the Bulawayo City Council and some of the challenges that they are facing. And one of those challenges that they are facing is the issue of the 2% tax. And some service providers are now charging in foreign currency, which the city does not have at the present moment. But we hope the situation will improve as time goes on. Till we meet again on yet another program, please do not forget to give your comments as well as ask your questions on the program by leaving some of the comments below the program and sharing some of your views and questions with us via Twitter at @SiteZW. So till we meet again on yet another program, this has been Inside Council Chambers. Thank you so much and goodbye.
The cyberspace is home to billions of people and is the right platform you need to grow your business. The Center for Innovation and Technology is offering you a golden opportunity to speak directly to your market at an affordable price. We also offer media training workshops, live streaming, documentary production, and events management. Get in touch with us today on the following numbers: +263 867 711-0290 or 0718-100-235. Don't forget to subscribe to our social media platforms. Like our Facebook page, Center for Innovation and Technology. Follow us on Twitter @SiteZW. And you can also check out our website, www.site.org.zw. You can also visit our offices at 45 Moffat Avenue, Hillside, Bulawayo. Take advantage of this opportunity to expand your business.